Yeah, Nikila, you can go ahead.
Yeah, one. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Just 1 second. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Like this.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to speak about one of the topics from Miracle Morning, that is isolating incidents. So the reason why I chose this topic is mainly most of us in general, if we want to do any activity, suppose let's say gym, we all tend to do that whenever we feel tired and all, whenever we don't want to go for gym. So we will convince ourselves saying that yeah, just one day we can skip today and we can continue it again from tomorrow. So we are all under the assumption of saying that if we do that just for one day, we are not going to harm, we are not going to do any harm for ourselves. But that's not true. So the author in this book says that each action and then each choice and then each decision that we take today is going to affect whom we are becoming, for whom we are becoming. So that is the main thing here. So whatever we do today, we have to see it in a big picture, because it is going to affect whom we are becoming as a person, like our older self. So we should, so whenever we feel like we are doing so we are isolating one incident, we must realize that we are not seeing it in a big picture. So it is not only going to affect one day, but it is going to affect for whom we are becoming. So yeah, we should not, so whenever we do this thing, so let's say whenever, if we want to wake up early in the morning, we always tend to put it in a snooze button. So if we just think this is an isolating incident and it is going to affect our future self, if we just think about this for one moment, and then it is going to help us for the better future. Yeah. So this is the point, that this is the concept that I would like to bring it to this today's forum. Thanks for this opportunity. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nikila. Yeah. So did you find, I mean, any practical situations like this?
Yeah, yeah. I am the person who wants to wake up early, but I do put in a snooze, and then but after reading this book, I keep reminding myself, saying that okay, I should not repeat. I'm just trying to not to do that.
Great, great, Nikila. I know, like in this environment, it's very difficult to wake up early in the morning. But yeah,
Yeah.
like
And then in that book, he has spoken about savers like silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and then scribbling. So sometimes, if I don't do that, at least I wake up in a thought saying that, okay, if I miss at least one, let me complete rest of the five things. So that is how I am doing this, but it really helped me a lot. So that is what I can say.
great, great, Nikila. So you're reading as well as implementing. That's really good to know. Thank you
Mm.
so much for sharing. So
Yeah,
we'll
thank you, sir.
move to the next speaker who is turned on. Surabhi, you want to go next? Surabhi, is my voice audible? I think she's got stuck. Is my voice audible, Kiran?
Yes, if you're audible, Karthik.
Okay, okay. So probably I think Shraddha, you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. I just want a favor that I'm logging in from my mobile phone also, and I want that to you to spotlight that also.
Okay.
The ad spotlights now.
But then also I want you all to understand that I have not yet, I have not prepared my topic today, but I want to share some of my things, and so I thought let's do it directly. can see two Shraddha, so you can spotlight both. Yeah. Other one you'll see now, it's a plain paper. So yeah, hello everyone. So I'm Shraddha, and truly I will say that I have not prepared today's topic because of some work. I was so busy, so I didn't got time to prepare my topic well. But then also I thought that let me share some of my things, because I feel that maybe it will add little value to your life also. So what I want to say is, guys, like from last 2-3 months, I feel like I was not well. I was not well means my mind was not well actually. What was going on was from the time from August, when this Ganpati celebration came, I started enjoying the day so much. There were big, huge celebrations in my society. So from there, the door of celebration came on. So it was like one by one, it was going on and on and on, and I was enjoying a lot. It was like hell lot. I enjoyed thoroughly. But because of that enjoyment, later I felt like somehow my passion, my work towards my self growth and my YouTube channel was lacking. And after sometimes I realized that yeah, something is lacking because I was not able to do. Then I thought, okay, fine, the celebrations are over now. I will be again back to work. But it doesn't happen like that. I was not able to again come means to move ahead with my work, howsoever I used to do before the celebration. I was not at all able to do. I tried so many times, but I was not able to do it, not a single day. Every day I used to think that I will do it today, but that day also gone something, means it was like मेरी habit हो गई थी to enjoy and to be with friends and do the things which makes me happy at that day. I was not thinking about my future or my career or anything. So I realized that because it is happening because my mind is full of clutter now. So I realized that I have to declutter my mind. So what I did was, normally we all do is brain dumping. We all know about this thing, which is called brain dumping. So in brain dumping, what we do, we generally write all the things, whatever comes in our mind, early morning or late in night, we do that. So I was doing that. So what happened was, I was feeling fine that time. I used to write that, okay, मैंने यहाँ time waste किया, मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, कल से मैं ऐसे करूँगी, वैसे करूँगी. And the next day again, I was not doing anything. So it happened on and on and on. Then I came to a very good idea, and I personally, I have given that the name, which is called action oriented brain dumping. I call it action oriented brain dumping. So it was again brain dumping, but it was little different from a usual brain dumping. So everyone of us knows about mind mapping. So it was something like mind mapping only. So what I did is, I made a action oriented mind mapping. So this is the literal thing which I did on 4th of this month only, and I wanted to share this with you all, that what I did. So in this way, I made a action oriented brain dumping, I call it. So what I did is, first I wrote, who am I today? So I wrote the date also, so that I will recall it every now and then. Then I chose 4 areas which are the most important areas for me. So my YouTube channel, my passion. Then I want to open my own school. It's a future planning. It will be my business. So that thing. Then my responsibilities, and then my job, means my present job, whatever earnings I'm getting from howsoever fields. So these 4 areas I wrote. Then in each area, I decided the main areas of that particular, like if I talk about my responsibilities, my basic responsibilities are my kids, my husband, my home, and my parents. So I wrote all those parts. If you will talk about my YouTube channel, then my responsibility is, I have to work for a fixed time of the day every day. Then for my school, I made some plan that after Diwali, I have to talk to so and so that I can plan for the future. Then for my jobs, what are the areas where I'm working right now, from where I'm getting my earnings. So I wrote my drawing class, my school job, and I have started a cake business also, with bakery business also. So that I wrote. Then in each part, what I did, what I'm doing, and what I have to do, I wrote those things in points. Like it is a brain dumping only, but here I have wrote the actions also, like what actions I have to do. And then after making all these things, I wrote in the front, in the top, that see this every day. So that is more important, that from the day I wrote this, I am seeing this every now and then. I have written every day, but every hour I'm seeing it, so that I will not forget. I don't want my mind to forget this thing. So this I made. This is action oriented brain dumping. I have given the name. And the second important thing I did is, this was the first thing which I did. And the second thing I did was, I decided that I will decide less and act more. This is the second thing which I decided, that from now onwards, for each day, I will decide less things and I will act more. So for that, of course, we have to decide. If you want to do anything, we have to decide. But now what I do is, I decide every major things, like what to wear, what to cook, what are the important things which I have to do. All those things I decide one day prior, means night before sleep, I used to decide, and the next day I directly act. So because of these 2 points, now I can tell you frankly that now I'm again back to my work. I am moving forward now, and I'm really very happy that it's like जहाँ चाह वहाँ राह. मैं बहुत परेशान थी, बहुत सारे तरीके आजमाए, बहुत टिकड़म लगाए, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. अपने आप ही पता नहीं कहाँ से ये आइडिया सूझा मुझे, and I did, and it is working, guys. Seriously, it is working for me. So this is what I wanted to share with you all. Though I have not prepared, I don't know what if I have made it nice or not, but this is what I wanted to share with you all. Thank you.
It was not just nice, it was awesome actually, Shraddha.
I don't know actually, because seriously, I have not prepared anything. I just kept my notebook and pen and I sit there.
But yeah, it told a lot of things. So how much time did you take to prepare that one page of
No, it was like early morning, from 5:30 I started. It was like half an hour or 45 minutes. See, it was already there in my mind. It was not like something new I am doing. It was there in my mind. But when I realized that, जब मैंने उसे पेपर में लिख लिया, तो it is like now it's a forceful thing कि मुझे ये करना है. Now I cannot divert my mind. So this is what happened.
Very true, very true. So a lot of things when you write on the paper, right, and when you stick it, so it does magic. So it's like a self reminder when you keep saying it.
Yes. True.
Yeah. This was very cool. How many days did you look at this to get back to your normal?
Now I think now I will not require, because now मुझे याद आ गया कि मैं क्या थी, मुझे कहाँ जाना था. In between I was stuck, means मैं शायद थोड़ा भूल गई थी. I felt like I'm stuck somewhere, and I was enjoying so much the present moment that I forgot. Of course, enjoying present moment is important, but we should not forget our goals. So so मुझे लगा कि ये करने से मुझे याद आ गया. कुछ दिन तक मैं अपने आप को याद दिलाती रही. मीन्स आफ्टर आवर मॉर्निंग रिचुअल्स, मैं यही वाला डायरी लेकर, और वो जो आपको जो बताया एक्शन ओरिएंटेड ब्रेन डंपिंग, दैट आई यूज्ड टू सी अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन कि नो Shraddha, this is your work, this you have to do, this you have to do. Now I don't think, it's like 1 week before I have done it on 4th of November, and today's 11th. Yeah, so I feel like now I'm again on my track.
Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah,
Wonderful, right? So she lost track, but she came to track. Okay, there was some effort. It's natural, right? We all lose track. There is, everyone are human, but the thing is how you can come back to track, right?
True.
Correct. Thank you so much, Shraddha. Surabhi, are you able to hear now?
Yes, Karthik, yes.
Yeah, I'll spotlight you.
Okay.
Done.
So, hello everyone. So today the topic that I've chose is what it means to live an infinite life. Actually, I was going through a TED Talks recently, so I came across this talk by Simon Sinek, and it's a very, most heard TED Talk or most appreciated TED Talk in recent times. So, and I couldn't stop myself from sharing this. Even though I haven't listened to it completely, I just listened to the 10 minutes of it, and I wanted to share this with all of you today. So what he said here, so clearly our lives are finite, and we are born, we live, we die, we go, and life is finite. The game of life will continue with or without us. We don't get to choose the nature of game. Life is infinite. We don't even get to choose if we want to play in the game or not. Once we are born, we are in it. So, but we get to choose one thing. And what is that thing? Do you want to play the game with a finite mindset or with an infinite mindset? So here he wants to explain what exactly is the mindset that we choose to live our lives. To play with a finite mindset means waking up every day and say, I'm going to be the best, better than everyone, gonna accumulate more power, more responsibility, more money, whatever your metric is. I'm gonna get more than anybody else. It's all about me. And when you die, you take none of it with you. Or we can choose to live with an infinite mindset, which means I'm gonna leave leave this world, this school, in better shape than I found it. It means I devote my life to see those around us rise and evolve. We have all had teachers, mentors, principals, guides. Some of you are also those teachers or mentors today, like this book club. And we all remember the teachers or mentors who believed in us, who had our backs, who saw something in us that nobody else saw. And that's what it means to live an infinite mindset. It means we devote ourselves to that mindset for everyone in our lives, like the Speak Impact Mentorship is all about. That other teachers or mentors will say that about us, other principals will say that about us, other students will say, our friends will say that about us. I am who I am because of you, this book club, our mentors, our teachers, and I'll commit to live the same life that you taught us how to live. And you will literally live on beyond your own lifetime. When you are gone, others will carry your work for you. So that's what I wanted to share about the Simon Sinek's talk. It was just a starting 10 minutes crisp of the talk that he discussed, and I haven't even listened to his entire talk. It was almost like about half an hour or so. So thank you.
Thank you, Surabhi. Probably you can continue next week. We'll be waiting to listen again.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Supra, can you go next? I'll just spotlight you.
Sure, Karthik. I am not a prepared speaker, to be very honest with all of you. But yeah, I welcome myself and all of you after a long time to the book club meet, but I was really missing it. I have something to share today, which may be interesting, may not be interesting to most of you. Very recently, or for quite some time, I have been into mythology and I'm reading mythology quite a lot. I will be happy if I can help you relate with whatever I am going to share. I'll try my best that everyone gets connected to that. I can just say that, yeah. Again, good evening, everyone. So I'm Supra. So today my topic is the 3 states of a man. Before I get into the depth of mythology, why did mythology attract me? I just wanted to say one line on that is, I kept hearing a lot of mythology stories from my grandmom's teachers and a lot of people, and it always used to excite me and it used to take away my sleep every now and then. If you keep going on with the stories, I can spend the entire night with you. I'm such a crazy person when it comes to mythology story, basically. And Shiva is someone who is very fascinating to me. It's not about Indian civilization or religion or anything as such. So when I was a college student, or at that time, I was very fascinated about Greek gods. So I had read a couple of gods' name over there. One of the divinity was Dionysius. So when they compared Dionysius and Shiva together, they saw a lot of similarity both of them. Then when I gradually started coming in this path of mythology, not with Indian, but with the worldwide, there are a lot of similarities with many of the many of the people whom we follow and whom the Western culture follows, or any other parts of the world. The research is still complete, it doesn't end here. So how is it possible that there could be so much of similarity between two people in the West and over in India? When you see Dionysius, he used to have a trident holding in his hand. He had a leopard always walking with him. He had a snake crawled on his body. And you find all these things in Shiva. So the objective of this trident, which both the culture or both the parts of the world which they carry had some symbol on that. So today, simply mythology means, if you go and search anywhere, it means myth. It's mythology actually. Myth means we should not believe on it. Then I thought about it, if we are not going to believe on this many stories, and how can there be so similar things happening around? And I started reading a couple of books which is directly proportional to science on this. So when they take this name of Trinity, it denotes three different powers for every human being or person. The first goes with the kaikya, which means your physical action, how action-oriented person you are among one of the trident. And the second denotes to the speech you talk or to what comes out from your mouth. And third is the mind. So when you speak something, when you do some physical action, it's directly related to your mind. And these three forms, how is it proportional to the divinity? Is the first one is with manifestation. Second one says it is formless. The speech is formless. And the last, your mind, it is itself is formless. There is no existence. We just talk science about it. And now directly talking about the three eyes, which we generally talks about Shiva. Why do we say that when he opens his third eye, there comes destructions and everything turns into ashes or something like that? It's not exactly that. Considering mythology, it's not that he does destructions or anything. It's with every human being. We have something called as the pineal gland over within the brows, in the center of our brows, which is a very good power, which everyone is Shiva. When you go back to science, every single individual itself has this power, so which proves how control over your speech, your mind, and your action you have within yourself. And this is the important aspect. When I read the normal mythology book, which states about the doings they have done, and when it proves with the science, how does it do? So at the end, when I got to the conclusion of reading of all this, everything is directly proportional to proton, neutron, and electron, which made me smile at the end. And then I realized that whatever mythology we are really reading is nothing but science. So that actually fascinated me. So when you read a story, you become so engrossed in that. And when I read the same proton, neutron now, it makes sense to me. But when I used to give the exam, it never made sense to me. I just used to give exam for marks. So yeah, I would like to conclude this with the three powers of human being or we people, which we should think and utilize it in a very proper way. Thank you so much, Karthik and Sahani.
Thank you so much, Supra. It was very interesting. Kiran, you want to add something?
New dimension for our book club.
Yeah, we are so happy to see Supra
I'm
back.
really
And
sorry.
this-
I was not into leadership book for quite time now. I was reading all this and all of a sudden, without preparing, I had to give this talk.
I think that's leadership already. So Supra, it's all about how the content you take and connect with people's real life and see if you can implement something. So I know you'll come up with a very good talk, so I didn't have to worry much. It's just that you just needed some nudge कि जब वो reservoir में जब खुलता है ना डैम तो पानी बहते जाएगा. And I know things are really good.
No, I was literally with fear today after a long time. No matter I'm giving a presentation at office, but that is not related to book club at all. Yeah.
But we are really glad, Supra. Thank you.
I am happy to make time and come today. I'm really happy myself more than I think others. Yeah.
Super. Awesome. All right. So we'll move next then. I think we have a couple of new people. What we'll do is quickly we'll do an introduction of people who have joined for the first time, and maybe you can share your name, profession, or if you're joining from Bangalore, whichever city, and one or two expectations you feel you want to get out of this book club or the community, or why did you join in, why are you looking in the first place? So Karthik, maybe you can spotlight people who are new. We know Vijay is new. Vijay is already joined earlier. So
Naveen spotted Naveen.
okay, we can spotlight Naveen. So Naveen, this is a short intro format so that people know you better and we also know you better.
Hi all, my name is Naveen. I work as an enterprise solution architect in a company called Blue Yonder. I'm from Bangalore. I've been born and brought up in Bangalore, and it's been 8 years since I moved back to Bangalore. I'm basically from Tumkur. And my expectations, when I saw the book club and the heading on the meetup, I really liked the fact that there is personal development, sharing of ideas, talks. So that's what I'm looking at to improve myself in public speaking, and also to connect with people and then share ideas and get ideas from others, person to person. I thought it's a lot of videos are done now. I will take some action and do something. That's about me.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That's really nice, Naveen, to hear. I hope you have a good growth journey with us. Thank you so much for introducing.
Thank you.
Great. Do we have anyone else who is new, who has not spoken? I think Vijay has already joined. So I think we can move with the next planned activity. So yeah. Okay, so the group activity is pretty simple. I think what Shraddha has mentioned, the one part of group activity is I want you to take a couple of minutes of your time. And I know it's very difficult to take out time from your busy schedule, and see Sahana is already, working, and then, so it's already life is super busy. So I understand life is so busy. So take few minutes of your time, whatever Shraddha did for her life. Maybe people who have not done that activity, what key important aspects of your life you need to focus right now, that you might have sidetracked for some reason, because I know there are a lot of important versus urgent tasks, because we are all surrounded by all of urgent tasks, but we forget what is important in our life. So maybe you can write 2 to 3 points, because it could be different for different people. For people who have not done the activity, for people who have done the activity, for them this is something interesting. So if you have got any results out of your applications, out of the learnings of the books or the PIM, or whatever learnings you've been learning from your experience, you can also share that component of it. So we will be having this group discussion maybe for next max 10 minutes. By 9:50 or 9:55 we'll end it. So if you have anything to share already, you can unmute and share. This is open for everyone. We don't restrict this group discussion for anyone else. So take your opportunity to speak if you have anything which can suffice with the topic. And if you don't have, or maybe if you don't have, then maybe you can write it down what we discussed, and then you can share that quickly again. So that's about it, the basic theme of the current group discussion for today. So I leave the stage for all of you then.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey, hi Shrikant. Awesome.
So my activity is already done, and I think it's visible behind me totally. So I basically split my life into 12 parts. So our people in the book club, they follow something called what is it? You have 7 pieces, I think, right?
Wheel of Life, no? Wheel of Life.
Wheel of Life, right? So in mine is called Life Book. I mean, it's pretty much similar. Wheel of Life expanded into a few more subcategories. That's it. So those are the 12 pieces. And I put out the things into each category, like my lifestyle, where I want to grow, or physical fitness, mental fitness, and all the areas. Once I did this, right, so it took almost an year. This has been a year-long journey. So the results were like, I started with physical fitness, right? So I used to look so lean. I mean, even now in the camera, I might look lean, but compared to when you look at my previous picture, right, I would look like a stick with a shirt. But at least I'm looking better now. So it's been 1 year of my workout journey, and then it's been almost 6 to 7 months of YouTube. I started YouTube. So I got motivation from Shraddha after she got monetized. So I'm like, okay, I should also get monetized. And there has been a lot of things happen. So if you look at this section, right? So, I mean, it's not so clear, but this analysis is my gym BCI report. So every month I take an analysis of my body score. So it was 65 when I joined, 2 hours. and now it was 75 after 1 year. And what has just changed is my weight has gone from 58 kgs to 64 kgs, and there has been a lot of changes and good fitness levels in my body. And when you look at this part, right, the small strips kind of thing, actually those are colors like white, yellow, orange, blue, green. So those are actually karate belts. So my targets, which I should achieve, and I started martial arts 3 months back because I wanted to expand myself in the journey of fitness, and there are a lot more to come in the coming years. And recently, I acquired orange belt in my martial arts in karate, and that's about my fitness. And about my YouTube channel and stuff, my channel got monetized, and now we are going good, and we even started another niche area and started making content on that, right? And even at my workplace, so I had a few things like I should be able to mentor people. I had an amazing manager who taught me a lot of things back in my previous workplace. So I just wanted to be same example. When people think about me, he's amazing. He whatever I learned today, I should be grateful to him. So people should think about me like that. So I was mentoring a lot of juniors or colleagues at my workplace, and now I had that group of people, right? So who feel so grateful that they are with me and they are learning a lot of things. And this is a gist of a lot of things that are back in that board. But like Shraddha was telling, so I heard 3 talks so far. Like one is from Shraddha, and then another one is from Nikita, and then one from Supra, right? So Shraddha was telling about putting your points on the board, which I have done. But putting your points on the board will do nothing if you don't take action, like she was telling. And Nikita was telling, right, we'll be like, after putting this in, we'll be like, okay, now that I made my board, it looks good, fancy. Whenever I'm in book club, I can show off, but no one knows if I do it or not. So I can tell like I'm doing these things, and tomorrow I'll be like, tell me though, next day I'll try. So if you do that, right, so those number of sheets will not add, those progress will not be there. So we need to take action. So it's not just 1 day or 1 month action. There have been times where I strayed off the path, and I will share that journey in a bit. So the base theme is keep going on, even if you stray off the path, come back to the path and continue. That's it. So you will get there. Slow and steady wins the race. Thank you.
Awesome, Shrikant. Lovely to know that you have applied those learnings and following through with that. Great. So anyone else want to share? If you've written something down, any priorities which you sidetracked, or if you've applied something, got some results, it could be anywhere in your career or in your personal life, anywhere. So you can add, we still have 3 minutes. So let's see how we can utilize the opportunity. Trust me, your actions will inspire others. The reason we have created this short kind of ad hoc based talk is because whatever actions you do, only you can speak unconsciously, subconsciously, you can speak quickly, and that will inspire others more than what we prepare and speak, which is then also essential. So anyone else want to share?
If no one, I can go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So after making the wheel of life for multiple times and making others also do, I used to think that my wheel of life was similar to little bit balanced wheel, but actually it was not. And at times what happens when you are a little aggressive person, you always think that you are the right person. But gradually I realized that I am really wrong in some of the things, and I started accepting those things. So this was first change which happened. And I realized that 2 components were really missing from the wheel of life. I always used to blame that I stayed away from family and they have no time for me. But the truth was, it was me also who never attached with them and who never went to them. This is one of the component which I found out very late, I would say. I always had the complaint, they don't come to me. They have always ignored me. So this thought was always there. I used to connect with them on phone for sure, but I could never spend time with them. And it's always not about spending time. They would never share anything with you when you're really far. That's one of the component, which I always used to think things are always perfect with everyone, because I'm very far and that visibility was never there. So when I was really close to people, I realized that sometimes when you sit close with someone, then only you can know. It's not only family. When you sit close to someone and spend that 10 minutes, rather than just hearing one point out, you really get to know if you can help that person in some aspects or something. So this family was one of the component which I could see there is a gap from my side, rather than I blaming every time that it was always from them. And second is the health factor. Health, not with respect to my health or anyone's around, but it is always about family's health. Uh, we all, I was into profession where I always used to start making videos and lectures and a lot of things, telling people that this is how you should maintain and this is the things you should do. And then later on, I realized that my family is lacking on that. Yeah, so health always of yours is not important, or the people you preach around, but you should always see for simple things what you can do for them and give, so that they come into practice. It's not like we tell something to our parents and they start doing it. Obviously it's not going to happen. I realized it very, very late. Maybe some things comes very late after maturity, or maybe mythology helped me, I really don't know. But these are the two components which was actually missing for me, and I always felt it was balanced, but actually it was not. It was very low, I would say. It was not even 10 I can rate that way. Yeah, so that's all from my side. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's really amazing, Supra. Accepting those things is also very difficult in front of everyone, and then following through that and implementing is the next level of approach. I'm really happy that you did it. Good. So we can take the last one if anyone else want to add.
I have one thing, Kiran, that I really want to add. Again, talking about health, I think everybody is, having their own goals, like Shrikant or Supra or any of us. And now that, we are coming towards Jan, and it's like we have a lot of people making resolutions, especially with health. So we thought, okay, instead of going and waiting for a date to start, we thought we'll start now, and we did start. We took inspiration from people by seeing people around, and we as a couple are really, it's a transformation in the last 1 month. I did share it in the last week as well. So we've lost around 10 kilos because we had a goal of, losing 6 kilos. About 6 kilos in 90 days. But it was like 4.5 kilos in 1 month. And it was a great journey for us. And since we were implementing whatever we were learning from our coaches, starting from, it could be the way we eat, or the way we manage our stress, or the way we, do everything, in fact, timing of our food, and also a lot of exercising, because obviously we couldn't do it considering the, a pandemic, and it's not that safe to step out and go. So we also started working out from home. So we have achieved a little of our milestone, and we are very happy about it. In fact, I must say the credit goes to the community. This started because of PIM and other communities, like, the niche area that even Shrikant was talking about. So we had a couple of people concentrate about health, and how many of us actually did a lot of cheat meals in Diwali? Majority of us would have done, right? A lot of sweets and a lot of that beautiful, plate full of yum food, and we obviously wouldn't compromise there. So since all of those were like a piling of things, the community came up with a 50 days fat loss challenge as well, which is starting from Monday. And we are going to be a part of it because we want to have a new us by the time we start, Jan 2022. So this is driven by actually. This is driven by certified nutritionists and coaches, part of Workout to Burnout. And this is one thing that people will, after 15 days in January, I think Vijay has told this like 1,000 times. After 15 days in Jan, again, everything comes back to routine. So we didn't want to be there, and we started implementing everything that was told to us. And I will also send out a Google form, because health is priority for everybody. And interested people can definitely enroll if you're willing to. And this fat loss challenge will help all of us to be a new us. So yeah, that's something that we started implementing. A lot of changes in ourselves. We're enjoying the journey. We're not giving up on things and saying, okay, I'm going to go on a crash diet. I'm not going to eat my favorite foods. All of that is not there. We're still enjoying the journey. And yeah, so that's it.
Amazing. Awesome, Sana. In fact, Karthik, maybe you can share that in Telegram so that people can use that later. Great. So I think workout to burnout is a new group of people who are passionate about health, and they also want to coach and mentor around that community. So like book club is around books and growth, so that we develop the right habits, and that is where the community is there. So if you are interested, you can get in touch. Anyone is speaking?
Yeah, Kiran. One kind of sort this kind of thing. My experience, sort of experience, I would say. But it's a great experience for me. Last year, no, I was when initial days when workout to burnout started. I was a one continue attending the session continuously, quite for quite a lot of time, quite many days. But the reason the transformation I got, right, I had this bronchitis, bronchitis. I had very long, like 20 years old bronchitis. I had sometimes in this during rainy season, I was getting kind of breathlessness kind of thing. Okay. Now last year, what happened? Continuously attended the session, and after attending the session, no, after 3-4 months, hardly 3 months, I saw a great change in my that behavior. The behavior in the sense that the kind of issues I was having, it was drastically reduced, and that is the great experience I had. And again, I had a kind of person, I have nothing to lose in terms of weight, but I had that have that passion that to do the regular exercise from my childhood itself. Whenever I get time, no, I used early morning, I used to go on the terrace and used to do some kind of exercise. But I was not having any kind of knowledge about the exercise, what exercise we need to do and all. But after having with the when being with the association, no, workout to burnout, I learned so many exercises and this thing to do a to have a proper health. My purpose is to have a proper health, and even now I'm also doing, even I'm not very much regular, but I used to join this association and part of this workout to burnout, and also I'm getting so much of benefit right now also. So it's a great experience for me. And again, the keeping my health in a good shape, I mean, based on my age, it's that is my second first priority. And also what I had is like, I just wanted to share is that I wanted to grow to next level in my corporate career. Okay, in terms of, you can say it's in terms of the level what where I am currently, and also in terms of the salary and all I have. So after having discussion with Vijay in when I did my CIR with Vijay, I got some more clarity, and working on those in my weaknesses and where I need to grow. So all these are going on with me. I'm working on those. So I'll share more on about the CIR when I'll speak on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dilip Chacho. It's really nice that the learnings what we're implementing, we're getting results. And the best part is that you're with your own community, right? The friendship, what we share, and then we grow together, that makes it more fun, actually. So that's so super amazing. Thank you so much. Great. So we'll move.
Shall I add one more aspect of this wheel of life, because I've been working on it. Sure. And I just wanted to share, since everyone is talking about like whatever they have achieved. So I was thinking what I have achieved, because I have achieved little in some areas, but one area particularly I have achieved a lot. I mean, this is my thinking that I wanted to share, and that is area of finance. So since last year, like I joined book club, I heard this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, from so many speakers, from so many perspective. Like everyone has their own perspective, and it has created a lots of influence in my mind. Like we should really be financially independent. And I every day, like when I wake up, I thought I should work on it, because I don't want to work whole life like for office, like because I've known this. If I work whole life, I will not have a life. I will have only work. This is I'm thinking, because right now also when I'm talking to you, one of my colleagues is pinging me. I just like put it this laptop here. I don't want that. So these things this thing makes me think twice or thrice. I should be financially independent. And I've been working on this area. I've been investing in lots of areas, crypto and stocks, mutual fund. And I've been exploring this area. And after doing lots of things, now I'm at a position where I've invested lots of money in lots of good areas. And now I'm having a good source of income. This is very, I mean, I've said with Kiran how much I'm earning, but that is not that much. But that is, I think, regular. I'm getting good amount of money from apart from my job. And that's really makes me secure, feel me secure. And that happened because of PIM Book Club, obviously, because of this growth mindset. And I don't think this would have happened without this support. Oh, someone asking, I was surprised asking. Actually, I had this dream one day. I became millionaire because I have invested in one of the crypto. If that went to one rupee also, I will be a millionaire. So that day I will share. But that is not likely to happen soon. So if that reaches to $1, that will be mind blowing. But obviously that will not happen. I'm not setting unrealistic goals. So that will reach to a good amount. I will be in a better position financially. So what I'm trying to say here is that I'm in a good position right now that I was before. So that happened because of our book club, PIM, our association. So thanks for that. Yeah, that's one thing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rohit, for sharing your story. And the good part, what I really liked is that once you start learning and whatever you learn from the book, at least apply something. Kuch to apply karo yaar, kitna hoga, zyada se zyada you will fail, you'll lose some money. But if you can do proper planning and then take enough risk, at least that muscle of taking risk will also increase. So that's really amazing. Thank you so much, Rohit, for sharing that. And I think we can take the next speaker then. So Karthik, will you go next? Karthik and Sahana.
Yeah, Sahana is done. I'll just take.
Sahana was smart.
Smartness transferred to Karthik.
Yeah.
Okay, spotlight. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So hope my audio and video is good, right? Okay. So I think in my last talk, I was covering about how you can connect effectively, right? I gave you examples of teachers, managers, parents. I spoke about how you can connect verbally, emotionally, visually, intellectually, right? So I hope you have applied those principles during this time. And if you have not seen, you can go back to the video and see it before you apply. And in case if you have applied it, but still if you have not found great results, there may be one factor which might be missing. So that factor I'll be explaining it today. So that is about energy, right? So hi guys, this is Karthik here, into software by profession and a relationship growth coach by passion. So coming to this book, right, which I was covering from this John Maxwell's book, right? So there are 5 proactive ways how you can add your energy while you're connecting effectively, right? So energy in the sense it's not like your volume should be high or you have to be loud or you have to talk in a like speed, not exactly like that, but how you can put others first and how you can prepare to do that, right? So I'll just, we have 5 points to share. So I have 5 slides to share, right? So let me know if you are able to see the screen. So I hope you are able to see, right? Okay. So I'll quickly move. Second. Okay. So the first thing is connecting requires initiative. Okay. So you have to go first. So this author shares, he was invited to speak in one of the Walmart's headquarters in US. And there, when he was going through the facilities, he saw so many signs where displaying the philosophy and values of Walmart, right? So this one quote caught his attention, right? So let us see what is that. From this day forward, I solemnly promise and declare that every time a customer comes within 10 feet of me, I will smile, look at him in the eye and greet him, right? So Sam Walton, so really he understood the importance of initiating, I mean, taking that first step. I mean, if in relationship, if An initiative in a relationship is like this lighted match. Okay, what is lighted match for a candle? So we have to be that lighted match. But some people, right, they may not take the first step. They'll be like, okay, let the other person go first, right? Because it can be for any reason. The person can feel awkward, or he can feel rejected, or he is uncomfortable. But yeah, we have to conquer the big frog first. Okay, go first, take that first initiative. If you wait for the perfect condition, what will be the result, right? So if you wait until you can do everything for everybody instead of something for somebody, you'll end up not doing anything for anybody, right? So this is about initiative. And going to the second point, right? Connecting requires clarity. Okay, you have to prepare. So once you have initiated the conversation, all right, so what will you speak? There should be some clarity, right? So you should know yourself first, right? Personal preparation is first thing. Okay, so if you don't know, you cannot speak. I mean, if you don't have anything, you can't give, right? So if you want to tell something, you should have some content, right? So you have to personally prepare yourself first. Know your audience, right? People preparation. Why the audience is here? Okay, what are they expecting from it, right? What do they feel? How do they want to feel when we conclude? Okay, what do I have which I can add value to the audience, right? So all these things, right? Third thing is know your stuff, professional preparation. Okay, so professional preparation, again, it has two things. One communicator, right? He communicates effectively, but he doesn't have any substance, right? So once the audience listen to and go back, it is like he's not better after listening to this communicator, right? Maybe after a few minutes or few days or few hours, it is gone, right? The other communicator, he has substance, but he is not able to communicate effectively. So again, there is a gap. So if you have both things, both combination, then it will be like powerful, right? So this connecting requires clarity. This is the second point. So third point, connecting requires patience. So this is very much needed for our generation, right? And doing this is like need of an hour, right? So we have lost patience because our like all social media, so in seconds, right? Few seconds, you can take reels or stories or Instagram, whatever. We have lost patience, right? So if you see, the good news is I move fast, but the bad news is I often move alone, right? So for a person who is fast, slowing down is difficult. For a person who is slow, being fast becomes a bottleneck, right? So if you want to grow together, you have to grow, match the space of others, okay? Because anything really worthwhile in life takes time to build, right? I want to quote some examples because I coach some of the candidates, right? So I see when I listen to their success stories, right? This person or able to get job after 10 years of being the same company, or this person improved his leadership quality leading his team, right? Or this person improved his relationship with his spouse. So when I hear these stories, I feel happy because I feel contented, satisfied. But this doesn't happen over time, right? Attending one or two sessions like this, part of the community, will definitely help, but in order to get results, it may take little while. Okay, it varies from person to person. So what is the fourth point? Connecting requires selflessness. Okay, give. So if I take this example, to be a giver brings life, like watering a plant so that it grows, right? On the other hand, if you are a taker, it's like sucking water and nutrients from the soil. Okay, it's no use for both. Leaving both the place and soil depleted and useless, right? So this is as simple as that. If in general, if you come across some people who always takes something from you, right? And coincidentally, or like if you see that person, you'll try to pretend and go away from him or her, right? Again, if you see a giver, you'll be glad to go meet him or greet him or her, right? So same thing applies to communicators also. So there are two types of communicators here also. In one communicator, if they are looking for, if they are teaching out of insecurity or ego or responsibility or of any need, it is not giving. Because if a communicator teaches out of insecurity, right, he sees, like, he wants from audience appreciation or praise, right? If he's giving out of need, again he will see if he expects something from the audience. If he gives out of ego, he wants to be like superior compared to others, little more. Again, he is expecting from the audience. Again, if it is responsibility, he expects whether like he's doing his work faithful. He's a faithful worker. Again, he's expecting from the audience. So if you're communicating out of these things, again, you're not giving. On the other hand, okay, if you're communicator, if you're teaching out of passion, out of love, out of compassion, okay, out of abundance, out of overflow, then you are giving. Okay. Again, if I want to take an example, I'm attending all PM webinars from close to 2 years, and I see Vijay giving selflessly because he has abundance of knowledge. So many topics he has covered. I can't even, I mean, it goes so much of knowledge he has, and he's sharing with so simple steps which we can implement as well, right? So that's how you have to be a giver. And the last one is connecting requires stamina. Okay. So let me quickly go. So public speaking is listed as America's #1 fear, right? What is the next one? Before death at number 5, and loneliness weighing it at number 7. So if you see, people prefer dying rather than public speaking, right? Because it's the #1 fear, right? So it's not like these extroverts, it's easy, introverts is it's not possible. Because I am an introvert myself. You can ask Sana, right? So I was not like this. Even now, if I want to prepare, right, and if I want to, I take a lot of energy. Compared to extroverts, introverts takes a lot of energy to prepare or to recharge themselves, right? So see, if you want to see how to protect that energy, you have to find energy leaks. Just like in your code, right? If there is a memory leak, what you will add some loggings, or if you see the practices, code, best coding practices, and all, you see the memory leakage, right? Similarly, see for the mental leakage, like where is the energy getting drained, right? For example, if I take for Sana, cooking is the energy drainer for her. If she has time, she cooks, but it's a lot of energy drainer. So what we did, we outsourced it. Somebody else comes and cooks for us, right? So see the energy leaks, and to recharge, see how you can recharge, right? For some people, you can watch movies. For some people, songs. Or for some people, like going to trips alone. So whatever, okay, you have to recharge. Okay, find that in your schedule. So to summarize 5 points, you have to see connecting requires energy, right? For that, you have to take initiative. You have to be selflessness. You have to have clarity. You need patience. And last thing is you need stamina. Okay. So I hope you can apply this. And if you get any doubts or if you have any concerns, you can reach out to us, right? Thank you so much. I hope it was a value add. Over to you, Kiran.
Wow, it is so concentrated. Karthik, you should just record and publish it in the group itself. It is so concentrated and so much of gold mines, like gold mine is there in whatever you've spoken. Every sentence, every point which you've spoken, it requires time to practice. It's not that easy what he shared. It takes time. It takes a lot of energy again. Because if your personality does not have those qualities, then you have to imbibe those qualities just so that you and your team can grow with you. So really amazing points, Karthik, you shared. Thank you so much for sharing. So we'll quickly go for the next speaker then. Rohit, you want to go next?
Yes, Kiran. I was busy with my office work, so today I will cover only one point, and hopefully I will be able to make it. So hi guys. Today I'm going to talk about this book, 5 Levels of Leadership. This is really good book from John C. Maxwell, and I have not read this book entirely. Whatever I've read, I just try to cover one point. See, there are different kind of leaders. So we all have been getting in touch with all of them. Maybe if we are fortunate enough, we would have reached to a top level leader. In my life, I have this privilege. I mean, at least this is what I believe. I was once or twice in my life, I was at a point where I was getting interactive with that level of leadership. And he was my line manager at that time. So mostly we, day-to-day activity, we interact with leader 1 or 2 level type of leadership. So let me just start from this book. So John C. Maxwell said, leadership is a quality which we can build, which we can practice basically with certain tools. There are different kind of leader. One is basically positional, second is permission, third is production, and fourth is people development, and the last is pinnacle level. So this is a top level. Most of the leaders are, this is my opinion, are at level 1 or 2 or 3. Most of them are positional leader because we follow them because we have to follow. He is our manager. We don't like him, but we have to like him we have to laugh at his joke because we want to get this salary increment and all those things, right? We don't want to get kicked out of the company. Like when there is layoff going on, he should not kicked us out, right? So this is called level 1 of leadership. Positional leaders. The great example I just want to give, I don't know whether it's a right platform, but this is what I see in whole India can see this. The best example is Rahul Gandhi. Okay, he's a positional leader. He has not earned this place. He has inherited this from his grandmother, basically, and this from his mother, right? He is not like people in the Congress not following him because he is a great leader. They are following because they have to follow, and that's the reason there is internal conflict in the Congress, right? They are not like they are saying we should have our own leader. There should be a voting system to opt our own Congress Adhyaksh, right? This is called positional. People don't want to follow positional leaders. If they are in the power, they will not be there for very long time, and they are not popular. We should avoid this at any cost. There are certain tools, certain practice that we can follow to upgrade our leadership skills. Hopefully, in the next book club, I will be able to cover level 2 and level 3. That's all for today. Thank you, Kiran.
Super awesome, Rohit. I think this is one of the best book. In fact, if you have not read it, you can pick that book and start reading, because that book will talk to you in a different way, in different aspect of your life. It's not that book you have read earlier, so you will understand. If today you will read, you will learn something new again. So thank you, Rohit, for sharing that. We'll go for the next speaker then. Dilip Chachi, you are available. Shall I spotlight you?
One second. Okay. Let me share my screen. So hello everyone. Good evening, and I'm Dilip Gupta, and for those who do not know me, I have corporate experience about 16 years plus other experience around 4 years, and working in Pune. So today, I wanted to share my experience about the CIR. Some of you might have heard about the CIR from BJ. If any one of you have attended BJ session, BJ also said, used to say about CIR. So CIR is nothing but the career impact report, and it is about understanding one's himself. Okay, so I was for a long time I was thinking of doing this CIR from BJ. So I heard so many things, and so many people also got so much of benefits from this after having this CIR. And some people have got great salary growth, and some people has got some positional growth, and so many, like, it's a overall growth for someone. So when I heard, and I was trying to have this one. So recently I had this CIR with the BJ, and I just wanted to share, so that if someone else it might help to other people also, if anyone is looking for this. So just to share about my experience about the CIR. So it's a to brief you about this, right? It's about it's this particular tool is developed by John C. Maxwell, and you know that BJ is a part is one of his board of directors from India. So, and BJ has got BJ has got this licensed, and based on that, BJ is trying to help people whoever want to grow in their career. And this is the tool, like, someone wants to know himself. And if see I too was thinking that in the initial period, no, I know about myself, and where is my weakness and where is my strength, and I need to do. But if I keep thinking that if I don't do, or if I don't take any some other chances, or some other like kind of challenges, or maybe some steps to know or understand myself better, if I keep thinking and keep there only, I will not be growing. So since I have been in the growth path, I started even I started thinking of myself, and where I want to know more about my weakness, strength and weaknesses, and where I stand in terms of communication, in terms of my behavior, in terms of my uh, you can say like mostly the, if I say behavior and communication, many things getting covered here. So and to say something what I heard from Bijay and Kiran and all, no, this tool was developed during the Second World War, when people tried to when they get the people and get some information from the people they catch, in the during the war, and they were trying to get some information, very high, very important information. They used to this apply this kind of this technique that is mentioned in the CIR, through while questioning the person whom they have caught. So and from there, no, this kind of idea has come, and they try to use this tool to help people who want to know themselves. So now coming to the CIR, what exactly it is doing. Suppose if you have a passion to grow, and if you want to know, I mean, without understanding yourself and without knowing yourself well, we cannot do. So that is the first point. So someone wants to know, grow, then he must want to know, and this tool is going to help you to know yourself better. So knowing yourself in the sense like how, what kind of behavior you have. And basically this tool is talking about four kind of people, and four kind of nature and behavior that each and every people have got, and me, you, and everyone. So even before this, I was not knowing about what is the different kind of behavior. It's a kind of dominant behavior, or influencing, steady, stable, or correct or complaint behavior. So the different behavioral patterns are listed here in this in terms of DISC, DISC. So DISC, D means dominant, I means influencing, S means steady, and C means correct or compliant. So uh, when this is done through some questions, around 35 questions, it takes say 30 minutes or 45 minutes to answer. And once you answer these questions based on your answer pattern, this tool is going to generate your behavioral pattern. So when it draws the behavioral pattern, it will come to kind of this kind of graph, where these three different graphs talk about your behavior when you are in your public self, and private self, and precede self. So public self in the sense like how others feel about you, and what others see about you. And like in the similar pattern, no, you have some private self, private behavior. And this all talks about your personal behavior, and where you are now in terms of your disc. See, if I would say my disc pattern is like more of S and C, more of S and C. So to have to communicate better, and to deal other people around you better, you know where you need to reach. It should be kind of a flat, so that all the kind of nature you should have uniformly. So that is a kind of thing. So unless you know get this kind of report, you will not know what kind of behavior you have currently, and where you want to go to grow, to get whatever you want to grow, whichever path you want to grow. grow to that stage. So I think after that, though, he's talking. I mean, there are so many of, I think 30 to 40 pages of report it is giving, and in detail you will be knowing about yourself, and whichever and also where you want to work, and what kind of changes you need to make inside yourself. These all things are coming as a report. This is a very big report, and it is a completely detail about yourself. And I think I after talking after I mean having this report, Vijay is to spend around 1 hour with the people who are doing this CIR, and to explain in detail about this. So it is quite helpful. I would say I got so much of vision out after having this. Uh, so I think it will help everyone who wants to know more better about himself. So I think I don't know how much of time I took. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Kiran.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Chachu. It was very descriptive. And then, in fact, the last time we did something so comprehensive was almost a year back, right, Karthik? The disc proper and proper understanding how this tool will help. In fact, what Dilip Chachu covered was only one part of it, where it talks about your external behavior and what kind of personality you have, so that you know yourself better, so that you can lead your team and your life in a better way. So that's really amazing. Maybe next in coming book club, maybe Dilip Chachu can cover the small other components of it, core values, and the kind of learner you are in life. So all those topics will really help us to know where we are and take the right actions. Great. Awesome. So we're almost end to this book club. So what I'll do is very simple. I'll quickly, I won't talk very detailed in what my topic was, but I'll give you a very small context and leave the stage for Q&A. Whatever questions, if you have, you can ask me. But the thing is, imagine if someone comes to you and asks you if you can give, if the person asks you that, can you give me 2 hours, or let's say 1 hour in a week, and I'll pay you 30,000. Or imagine if someone comes to you, gives a call and then tell you, I'll pay you 10,000 for 1 hour call or half an hour call in a week. How would that be? And if you get that call, how would you feel about it? And that too in the area where you are strong at, and you can actually help out lot many people. So that is what I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about shiny object syndrome, generally where we get attracted towards initially for any new opportunity comes to us. If we don't evaluate properly whether the opportunity is right for us or it is aligning with our goals, aspiration, and dreams, if you jump on every single opportunity, then we won't be able to capitalize in any opportunity in the first place. But if you capitalize one opportunity to a level where you are so good that you yourself feel ki, yaar, I have mastered it and I'm number one in the industry, then people would come to you, they'll pay you n number of amount you would want, you can't even imagine. And I want to give you, because a lot of people are in coaching and mentoring, and they are in multiple spectrum doing a lot of activities to create an impact in the society. I'll share in the next book club how the journey of coaching and mentoring has come into my life, and how today, if you ask me, people are coming and just telling me, Kiran will pay you 30,000. Just tell me what to do. I just need your 1 hour of time in a week. Can you give me that? And where I was versus where I am right now is brilliant. It's mind blowing, because I could never imagine these things could happen. But in the next week, I'll talk about a few points where you can apply in your current journey, which will also help you how you can apply those small learnings where money will never the criteria for you. And that we say, right, follow the passion, and money becomes the outcome. And I'm not bragging myself, because there's nothing, jo paisa jo bhi aa raha hai, jo bhi nahi aa raha, it is actually nothing what dreams we have and what kind of investment we are putting on ourselves. But eventually when we grow, I know maybe next 10 years, then maybe the worth of one call will be not 30,000, it'll be 30 lakhs. Why not? Do I have the value to provide to people to attract those kind of people who can pay me 30 lakhs or whatever area you are in? So if you are in technology, if you're so passionate about it, can you become a guy where 100 startups are calling you, man, aa jao yaar, hamare company mein aa jao, we need you, we want to scale from X to 10X, we want to scale from 0 to 1, and we'll pay you, we'll give you equity, everything. but do you carry that value? If you carry that one thing with you as a baseline strong point and bat on top of it, then the results will be humongous, which generally normal people cannot see because it is difficult. And whatever I'm telling you is reality, because today when people come and talk to me, Kiran will pay you 30,000 just for one hour per week. So in a month, you'll make 30, 40, just with 2 coaching clients, I can make 40, 50,000 right away. But still money doesn't attract me right now. The value which I can bring, in fact, what problems I can solve attracts me more. But it was not the same 6 years back. 6 years back, I was nothing. 6, 7 years back, when I was in this industry, coaching and mentoring, I never thought, but the passion I used to follow will turn out to be coaching, mentoring, I never knew. But today when people come and pay me is tremendously. Even I can't believe. That is the reason I want to share with you. What it feels like from outside is not what it looks like. The backstory is really, really important. And people who know me from the past, they will have some data points, but my coaches have been working with me for past 5 to 6 years. And today what results I'm getting is humongous. And imagine now I've not even channelized the digital medium to the fullest. I'm still learning. In fact, last year we started learning digital marketing. Last year we started learning how to use social media, the YouTube channel. We started bringing YouTube channel. Even today, if you see Growth Express YouTube channel, the website which we're building, it is very raw right now. But the skill, the content we already have, that's the beauty. Because if technology has to help us to scale the growth and scale the value addition to people, but it cannot stop us where we are. So focus on your growth, and few points, 3 to 4 points, which I'll share next will be mind blowing, because that will help you in what niche you choose to grow a level after 5, 6 years you cannot imagine. And I can give you numbers of my life, and it is where I was and where I am right now. Still nowhere else. I'm not even there, but the faith and the confidence increased because I could trust my coach and mentors. So that's about it. I wanted to just share a little bit of idea of how shiny object syndrome can off-track you, sidetrack you, and lose focus of the real thing which you are currently working on. But still smartly, how can you leverage people who have the strength in multiple areas and create a value for people and solve problems? So that's about it. I think that's about from my side. And before we move to short Q&A, maybe we can quickly take the photo. I know people are there. We'll quickly take photo. Karthik, can we take the photo?
Yeah, sure, Kiran. So if anybody... Okay, you want to keep a book? Sure.
Yes.
Shiva, super.
Oh.
Naveen, do you have any book handy?
Where's Nikhila's book?
Lord Shiva, Developing the Leader.